Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my live video. You must see this. No. Again. Di ba, i-clip ko na lang siya. Ikakat yun. Ayaw man siya ikakat.
Hindi siya naka-video na pa.
Video. Okay.
One more time.
Action. Hello guys, welcome to my... Again.
Ayaw mo namang live.
Lights, camera, action. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. You must see this. Today we are very lucky to have our guest or our resource speaker, teacher Von, or what can I call you, sir?
Von,
okay. And today our topic is very special and it has something to do with his beliefs and his what do you call this? Dogmas. A little bit cut na ba?
Okay lang yan.
Okay na yun. Sige. Go.
Hello guys, what should I say?
We're going to talk about BL. BL is, you have to define.
BL means boys love.
Yes.
And
it is so popular here in Thailand.
yeah, actually a lot
and it's becoming popular in the Philippines. That's why that's the topic that I chose today.
And what exactly do you want us to talk about BL?
So what can you say about BL first? Define what is BL to you.
Okay.
What is boys love?
Well, boys love, it originated actually in Japan. They call this the yaoi comics. The real audience of boys love is our girls, actually. Our girls who are hooked up with the stories of boys falling in love with boys. So in Japan, they don't call it gay story or gay love. They just call it boys love. But you know, country to country, it evolves. It evolves on how we view this. And if that's the way it originated, it doesn't mean it wouldn't change into its definition. Let me just quote someone from Bright Bachirawi. Probably you know him, Mr. Sarawat himself. He said that in love, gender is not a thing. Love is love despite of gender. And that's exactly the message of boys love that we see. This is very serious.
Yeah, which is that's why I want to tackle this because it's in the Philippines we started, importing. Is that the term? Importing the Still Together, the series.
Together, the series and Still Together are probably the most popular boys love series in the Philippines
being aired right now in the Philippines.
It is not aired on the television because ABS-CBN was shut down.
Where is it aired?
But you can watch it through iWant TV. iWant TV app. You can just download iWant TV. Hello, this is not sponsored. You can download iWant TV and you can search for Together the series or Still Together. It is dubbed in Filipino, which doesn't sound really nice. I don't like it. But you can watch it if you have difficulty of reading subtitles. If you cannot pass through the subtitle thing while watching. But I suggest you can just go to YouTube. Like you can watch it in YouTube channels, but make sure to watch it in its original uploader, which is the GMM TV, just to help this production company to generate fund, because that is very important. I just want to let everybody know that pirating BL series, like screen recording them, downloading them, and then uploading them on YouTube or uploading them in Facebook so that everybody can watch your channel or your page, is not helping the BL community or BL production team, because this series, they are monetized. Most of their income comes from, except from sponsorship, but also from YouTube monetization. And if they receive a lot of views, more advertisement will be coming underway. There will be more sponsorship, meaning we could get a second season or third season. Like, if you really want to have more BL series to watch, you need to support the original creators of it. Don't copy it, like pirate it and post it in your channels. I don't like that. I do have my own Facebook page. I will tell you later.
Okay. So going back to the main topic, which is the BL culture, which also reached the Philippines. What do you call this? Philippine entertainment world, something like that. We started, as you all know, My Husband's Lover. That's the most provocative boys love boys, something like that. Or LGBT community, right?
Yeah.
That's the most daring so far. But when internet started, you know, what do you call this? Indie films or whatsoever, movie outlets or outfits or whatsoever, they started uploading videos, be an indie or be a big production, something like that. It's starting to boom, like you know.
Well,
So what can you say about this culture?
well, let me just go back to My Husband's Lover and other movies and series that we had in the Philippines before. And that is very debatable among BL community, because if we look at My Husband's Lover, it's actually more of a gay storyline. And if you will talk to very conservative traditional BL fans, they would say that is not considered as BL.
It's different.
For them, well, we have different views, we have different opinions of, like what I've said, the definition of boys love or yaoi evolves to what culture and country you have. And probably for some who are really following the boys love culture for years and years, maybe they won't consider it as BL. But
Because you have this girls watch BL because they have also the kilig thing. Why is it that they have kilig watching two boys who are falling in love with each other?
because they're not homophobic.
No. Are they gay? Or-
No.
That's
the thing is, like what I've said, it originated.
Don't comment something bad about the host, okay? Because you may comment something that I'm ignorant there.
No, she
And
knows.
that's why I am interviewing someone who is very knowledgeable enough.
I'm not very
with this concept, okay? That's why I invited him, because as you all know, Facebook or any other social networking, this BL community or BL movies or BL shows are, very popular now.
Yeah.
That's why
And-
I like to talk about this.
Yes.
So don't comment something bad about me, that being ignorant or being so, something like, that's it. I
Okay.
cannot explain.
What was the question again?
So what is it why the Philippines are starting to, produce?
Let's go back first to why most of the viewers of BL are girls.
Yeah.
Uh,
Are they gays?
which are totally true. Like if you come here in Thailand, most viewers are girls. No, they are
But they
not.
are not tomboys or
They are not.
lesbians, right?
No, they are not.
Yeah, they're straight.
The-
Who loves to see two boys
Yes.
falling in love with each other.
The world is very diverse, that the world is starting to see the diversity even when it comes to preferences of what we watch. And in reality, like what I said a while ago, yaoi, this is what they call the boys love in Japan, which originated everything.
When was that?
I'm not sure when.
2 years ago?
No,
10 years ago?
even before. Because it started with comics and animes. And this is to feed the fantasies of girls who loves boys and boys story. That is the culture. And if you know the culture in Japan, they are very liberal, they are very open. And Thailand adopted that, and it made a lot of BL series very popular, and it went through actually even before Philippines discovered about boys love,
Only this year, I think, right?
Yeah.
Because just like what you said a while ago, My Husband's Lover is not about two boys. Or
It is. If you will ask me personally, I would consider that as BL. But what I'm saying is, for conservative fans
It's a
of
drama.
BL, that they might not accept that as a BL. But for me, I would accept. I don't have any problem with that. My only problem with, let's just go back to the quality of the gay series or gay movies or BL series that I don't want to use the word gay in here.
Yeah.
Maybe because some of you wouldn't feel comfortable. But it is what it is. So let's just call it like with the BL series and BL movies that we see in the Philippines. The problem is it doesn't really reflect the reality of boys' love. You know, let's start with the storyline that's very cliche storyline. Like we see a sex worker who becomes gay, who fall in love with someone and they die together. We see abuses on drugs, about being tag along
In
with
the Philippines?
in the Philippines. This is the kind of stories you see.
Or a gay man who is a closet queen.
A closet
And
queen.
then in the
Yeah.
middle of the story, he struggles and then becomes
Transgender.
no. He accepts. He starts to accept who he really is, something like that.
I mean, I'm
And,
okay with that kind of storyline.
Leaves his
Family,
wife or
yeah.
girlfriend, something like that. But here in Thailand, the fact that Thailand is not a Catholic, right?
They're Buddhist.
So that's one
yeah.
factor. That's another factor for me.
It does. Religion.
Because in the Philippines, we are so like in the Philippine culture. You know what I mean? I'm not going to elaborate that anymore.
We need to address that.
Okay.
No, like what I said, it's not just about.
It's more on acceptance in the Philippines, but here it's really more on killing. They are going to cast two handsome boys, right? But in reality, guys, this is the truth, because I've seen some fan meetings. They are straight, they are not really gays in
Yeah.
reality. They are really actors. They are really good actors who portray gay guy roles, right? Gay
Yeah.
or manly, but loves a man.
Maybe we need to talk about the difference between
Yeah.
the BL series in Thailand and the old BL series in the Philippines,
Yeah.
which is very different, and that may be the reason why BL series in Thailand are very effective and popular, and BL series in the Philippines are not.
I've watched the making of some BL series
In where?
the Philippines, and
Like
and the two actors, like
Who?
what made you decide to, or what made you decide to be ready? What made you to be ready to act? Then the
Is this a new BL series? you're
Yeah.
talking about?
And then
Okay.
they answered, we watch Still Together Again.
Together the series.
Yeah,
probably?
something like that. We watch that 1st. So the
Is this Hello Stranger?
Well, they got their what do you call this? They want to see that series first before they gonna do that, film that. My English is so bad. Okay.
Let's go back there. I have the BL series here in Thailand. In all fairness, it's very wholesome. They talk about it's a very normal story. It's very normal love story. It's a kind of story that you can watch with different sex. But in here, it's just two boys falling in love, and that's just it. It doesn't even talk about why they're gay. No. A lot of series here, they don't talk about why they're gay. They just talk about why they love each other.
There are some.
So the thing is, it's very light-hearted, very romantic. It's not really that, tragic like what we see in the Philippine versions before, okay? Because we have a lot of BL series this year from the Philippines.
One is Tony Labrusca
Hello Stranger,
and
Game Boys.
and
And
Tautep
yeah.
is the name. In Between,
In between, yeah, a lot. But
Sacristan.
oh my God.
It's good.
Okay.
I watch it.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry because that series, I will just talk about that series for a while.
Okay.
That series receives so much hate from people.
In the beginning.
Wait, so
Yeah.
much hate. It's very controversial. The title is very controversial. The director is very strong with his own opinion. I did watch Sacristan's first and second episode. It has the potential to become a really good series. I just feel like they lack a lot on production. They lack a lot on experience of the actors. And I can't get past through that. Like, I've actually wrote a review about...
Sacristan.
No, about the BL series and BL environment in the Philippines, why we are not getting so much success about it. And there are 3 reasons I've enumerated. First one, production. BL series here in Thailand have high cost production, top-notch production.
Yeah.
Very, very good
High
production.
budgeted.
Second, chemistry of actors. The chemistry of actors here in Thailand, the way they cast their actors, they go through a lot of process. And after casting, they go through a lot of workshop. Not only the main actors, even the supporting actors. And the third one is the script writing, the storyline, the script. If you have that 3 components of a BL, it would be very successful. In that case, Sacristan has the good concept. It has the good script.
Yeah. And soundtracks.
They failed.
Sound effects.
They failed
Music.
big time with production. I feel like
But it's Viva. Under Viva.
it wasn't up until now.
Really?
It was an independent production,
I
but
thought it's
Viva.
just a project.
It is.
Or
Right.
it's like a school project.
Yeah.
High school project. Something like that.
And
but then at the end, when
the-
I saw the soundtrack, like they used
I love the
Sarah Hieronimo.
I love the soundtrack.
Very
I love
nice.
the soundtrack. And then the casting, I couldn't even begin with. It feels like they were in a rush to finish this because this is the peak where the Thai BL series in the Philippines are becoming so popular and they want to jump into the scene. And we call that in the BL community as BL bandwagons. So they just want to be in the scene because the popularity of the BL series are here so high. And I don't agree with that. You know, if you really wanted to produce good BL series, you plan ahead. And that's what I like with Hello Strangers, which is very relevant because they shoot this during the pandemic. It is quite a little bit of a bandwagon for me because, it's very popular. Why don't we do this as well? But they do it with class, with high production. They casted very quality actors. The script writing is so good and it doesn't feel rushed for me. The storyline is so good. The chemistry of the actors is so good, so great. And that's the difference, if you hit the 3 marks that I mentioned, the script, production, and the cast, if you hit that mark, it would be very, very successful. And that's the reason why it is very successful. Another successful BL series that we've recently had was Game Boys. Game Boys, they didn't even have any promotion. We were all shocked when we saw it on YouTube because we didn't know that there will be a BL series like that. So everybody was unaware of its existence during the first episode. But maybe you're wondering why it became so popular. That CNN Philippines interviewed them. They got a lot of...
Really?
Yes, they didn't promote anything.
How about it?
Because, first of all, they casted 2 experienced actors. Kokoy Santos and the other one are experienced indie film actors who really are very good in acting, except for they were just given the wrong roles before, and this is a perfect role for them. It is from Idea First. This is the production company of Die Beautiful, Panty Sisters, which are very, very good award-winning LGBT movies. The production is top-notch, very top-notch. I love the production. the script writing is on point.
Now I understand now.
Mm-hmm.
What is BL and what is a gay movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So
Because Die Beautiful is
It's a
a gay
game. Mhm.
movie. While Game Boys and Hello Strangers
It is
are
BL.
BL. So that's the difference, guys.
They are-
because we back then we already have gay movies.
They are
indie
BL
films,
also,
right?
but they are also for me.
Coco Martin. How Coco
Yeah,
Martin came to fame.
Actually,
Tama ba?
those stories, like what I said, for me, gay movies or BL movies that talks about two boys falling in love
Take note.
are the same.
Yeah.
But for some
Yeah.
fans, it wouldn't be the same.
Okay, noted, noted.
But for me, I don't
BL.
discriminate. You know what? You love watching my day.
I started because I want to do a reaction because I want to have a because I was monetized 3 days ago and then what is trending right now, so I have it's BL, so I need to talk about BL, so I started watching BL. And what is in BL that most people talk about, not only LGBT community, right?
Yeah, going
it.
back to my day, Iñaki.
Iñaki was discovered through
Yeah.
TikTok.
You know what? Before my day, Iñaki was bashed because he said that BL is not gay movie, a gay series. It's not gay. So there was a big
Difference.
issue about what his statement that many people from the BL community started to tweet that they will boycott My Day the series because they said, quote unquote, the lead actor is homophobic and very ignorant of what is BL.
That's why I said, please don't comment something that you are going to tell the whole.
And like what I said, not everybody agrees with everybody.
Yeah.
And we respect that. We should have that respect. And you know what? We need to stop the cancel environment.
You need to listen. You need to listen. You need to read. You need to do research before finalizing your statement, because you will never get rid of bashings if you are going to utter
Maybe
words.
we will be bashed with this though.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between BL in the Philippines and BL in Thailand. So I hope in this upcoming BL series that we will be having in the Philippines, they will, try to improve the production, cast good actors, write great script. So that, I love watching Hello Strangers.
Hello Strangers, because Tony Labrusca is very famous.
He is, until he had some, immigration airport scandal, and his image was tainted because of that. And this is his saving grace, actually. I believe that Hello Stranger is Tony's saving grace, because if you watch him on that, he's great. He's great. I mean, there were issues about his sexuality, and I don't get that. Why would you care about someone's sexuality when he is a good actor or artist? Stop doing it. He's gay, and who cares? Who cares? Only you care. It shows how homophobic a person is if you started questioning, asking about the sexuality of a person. Just see a person as a person, and that's it. Regardless of his preference, of his sexuality, of his orientation. If he is an actor and a good actor, that's it. It doesn't need to be a gay person or a straight person. Right?
Yeah. So going back to that BL, what do you think will affect to Philippine cinema or to the young generation?
Okay.
What is the effect of this? They say this might influence the young generation to come out or to
You know what? I don't have any problem with that. We need role models from the LGBT community, so that not only the LGBTQ people who are still in the closet, our young generations who are gay, lesbian, would see a role model from this community, but also from the parents, that they will see that
understand.
they will understand,
Yeah.
Not because your son is gay or your daughter is lesbian, they will not be successful people in the future. This would be a very, very
Important.
great influence in our culture that it's okay, let them be who they are, because
There
look
are
at
some
this.
churches who are accepting LGBT community in their church, right? And one pastor once said, Pastor, why you accept them as a cross-dresser coming inside our church? And then the pastor said, that's why we are the child of God. We need to embrace them and not to judge them. See?
Yeah. Let me just say this. Because when we input religion in the LGBTQ conversation, there will be clashes, you know?
Yeah.
And as for me, I do respect the beliefs of churches. If that's your faith and it is something that you grew up with and believe with, you practice that, you go on with your life, you go attend the church as you wanted, that's okay for me. I don't have any problem with that. If your church doesn't want to accept LGBTQ people inside your church, I don't have any problem with that, because like at the end of the day we have diverse belief. But there's the but,
What is
you know? But when we are talking about human rights, equal rights, that's a different thing. Because, you know, these LGBTQ people are not protected under the law, when in fact they are paying the same taxes as first-class citizen. LGBTQ people for a long time are treated as a second-class citizen, but the government is requiring us to pay taxes as first-class citizens, and we don't have the same rights, equal rights, and laws that protect us like those of heterosexual. This has nothing to do about religion. Our equal rights, our human rights, has nothing to do with our religion, with our belief. It has something to do with our own humanity. And if you don't have humanity in yourself, you don't support them. But if you find into yourself the spirit of humanity, you can support their equal rights. You might not support their belief and principle, but you need to support the equal rights that they are that these LGBTQ people are fighting for. It doesn't need to. You don't need to support or compromise your faith for it. You know.
That's right.
If you think they will go to hell, they will go to hell. That's okay. It's your opinion. But that is your faith.
So this is just part one of.
Oh, there's part two?
Yeah, there is
Okay.
part two, and we are going to talk about more about this. We need to do more, talking, or we need to do more. What do you call this? We go to the deeper,
I would love to
To
call
the
this as conversation.
broader context of this issue, because just like what we talk about religion.
And disclaimer.
Infused to LGBT.
And just a disclaimer, I'm not an
The
activist.
culture.
Just a disclaimer, I'm not an activist. I am not as educated as other people when it comes to LGBTQ rights.
So
or
we're
even
not,
BL.
maybe in our next part, we're not going to talk about the negativity. Maybe it's
Yeah.
better to talk about the positivity or the brighter side
Yeah.
of having BL.
Yeah.
So that's all for
Yeah.
today. So thank you very much, Teacher Von, for this
And
insightful.
subscribe to my channel
Yes,
also.
very insightful talk, which is very different compared to my previous talks, which is with Teacher Janet, and this time with you, Teacher Von. Thank you very much. And for your last words to our audience, please support your channel. What is the name of your channel?
I have my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You just type Boys Love Bangkok and then go to Facebook also and like Boys Love Bangkok also if you want to updated with happenings.
Okay. Thank you guys for viewing, and please, your comments is very important. So
Don't bash
I'm
us.
allowing them to to comment, even
It's a free
bad.
world. It's a
Bad
free
or good.
platform.
Okay, you're free.
It's a free
Okay.
world. It's a free platform. If you didn't agree with what I said, it's okay. You can express it. It's okay for me. You know.
We accept unsugar-coated comments. Go on.
But you need to be
But-
very respectful with your comments also, because we are very respectful in how we give you our opinion.
Yeah.
You know, there's
Yes.
respect, guys. Respect. Go for positivity. No need
Respect,
to bash.
positivity,
Yeah.
and beautiful world. Thank you again. Mabuhay, and this is for the economy of the Philippines.
Yeah.
Bye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cut. Edit ko to.